So a few months back, around the time when the summer of 2024 had just begun, I had one challenge in mind. There was one thought that I needed to get out of my mind somehow. It's like I could not think about anything else. This one challenge that I've set for myself has been haunting me throughout the entirety of summer last year. And as stupid as it may sound, it was to land a backflip. Now, you're probably asking yourself, Shredder, what does that have to do with my confidence? And the thing is that over this summer, throughout the entirety of it, I used to work out every day, just train only for the backflip. For those who've been watching my channel for a little bit longer, I completely ditched YouTube. I was uploading maybe once every 2 weeks. I ditched the gym. I ditched almost everything, really. And all I wanted to do was to just land a stupid backflip. And how do you think it went? Well, I knew pretty much everything there is to know. I watched every single tutorial on YouTube on how to do it with a perfect technique, tuck your knees, how to throw your hands back, all of this unnecessary stuff, right? I trained every day. And I remember to this day, the last week of this summer, I was furious because I was obsessed with landing it. I really, really, really wanted to get it, right? And I thought I was close. I was really, really close, right? I just couldn't learn to not use my hand when landing. That was my biggest fear. The fact that I could possibly just land with my face and die. That's pretty much it, right? And since I failed the challenge, I failed it miserably. I got a little bit upset, right? Because since September, so from the end of summer, I already needed to hop on a bulk, so I couldn't really train the backflip anymore. So I kind of forgot about it for the next 6 months, focused on the gym and pretty much everything else. However, a few days ago, once me and my friend were supposed to get a workout and my friend's gym subscription wasn't working, I don't even know what happened, right? But all you need to know is that because of that, we ended up not hitting the workout, right? So we're standing outside the gym and we're thinking to ourselves, what should we do? If we can't hit a workout and the next gym is like a few kilometers away, it's totally not worth going there. We would waste way too much time. What should we do? And that's when I realized that there is a damn trampoline park just a few meters away. Now, obviously this isn't the same as going to the gym, right? But it was a better alternative than not training at all, right? Plus there was a pull-up bar there, so we could also do some pull-ups and probably push-ups as well, right? We went to the trampoline park. It was hella fun, right? I tried to do the backflip here and there, but I was really rusty. It can tell that I haven't been training for solid 6 months, right? I was completely focused on other things. So it was safe to say that my technique has gotten way worse, right? But I wasn't really thinking about it that much. I would try it here and there, but it was pretty awkward, right? That was until the last few minutes at the trampoline park, which is when, as I was about to go to one of these like foam pits, I remember, there was a really, really good looking girl sitting there, right? And every time I say this, I feel like I sound like a creep. And that's not the point, right? But as soon as I saw her, in the back of my mind, shit, where's my phone at? Where's my phone at? I need to get her Instagram. Where's my phone at, right? And my friend's like looking at me so confused, like, what the fuck are you doing? And I was just like, where's my phone? Where's my phone, right? And once I found it, I quickly installed Instagram again. So like, I usually only ask for Instagram, right? But I don't have it installed because I don't want to scroll on it, right? It's just a waste of my time. I just have a nice account in there if you want to check it out. But yeah, I grabbed the Instagram, I walk up to her, I actually get her account, I get the Instagram, which was a big win for me. And this is where it gets fun, right? As we were about to leave, right? We literally only had 2 minutes left on the timer that was hanging on the wall. Thanks to this little confidence boost that I got from this cute little interaction, right? When I approached the backflip for my last few attempts, trust me, literally within 1 or 2 attempts, I got it. I finally got it, right? Wait, I'm gonna roll the clip of how it actually looked. Right now, it definitely wasn't clean. If you want to be like specific about it, I don't even think it counts as a backflip, right? But compare those 2 damn months of the entirety of my summer break, grinding the backflip relentlessly, trying to be like pitch perfect with the technique and everything, versus 1 attempt where I simply wasn't scared. Sure, if you want to be about the technique, blah, 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 but this rep counts. All of these doesn't, right? And this is what I want you to be aware of, my friends. See, if you were to ask, literally any free runner, skateboarder, all of these like trick-based sports athletes, they all have one method in common to immediately just turn their brain off, get rid of that fear, and just lock in on what's in front of them. And this method, turns out, also is going to improve your social confidence. This works both ways, my friend, right? So the general conclusion is that, oh boy, where's all that professionalism, huh? Let's just use the skateboarding example, right? So what skateboarders often do, I know because I used to skate back in the day, right? I was pretty shit, but one thing I did know is that if you want to do a trick that you're really afraid of, what people often do is they do a mini trick beforehand to actually already get their mind going, like get the snowball to start rolling bigger and bigger, right? So once they actually commit for the trick, their mind's already in a flow state. And this can work the exact same way for improving your confidence, right? By just like, imagine a snowball. What happens when you make a snowball and you throw it at somebody? Let's say you throw it at your friend. This is very convenient, right? Because winter's right around the corner. Well, it's January, so we're already in winter, right? But when you make a snowball and you throw it at somebody, the snowball crashes, destroyed into small little pieces. And you can't make the exact same snowball with it, right? And this is what most people do when they try to cold approach girls. They've never done it before. They've been like, they've been sitting in their house all day because of quarantine, and now they actually want to go out and socialize. The first time they cold approach anybody, the first time they have an awkward situation, they get this massive shock of cringe that ends up completely demotivating them from their future cold approaches. And this is why they don't make any progress. I just really don't want you to fall into this rabbit hole. Really use this snowball analogy. When you throw it, like for most people, right? When you throw a snowball, most of it crashes. Most of it crashes, right? But when you make a snowball and you start rolling it downhill and downhill, as it starts to grow bigger and bigger and bigger, it ends up getting way bigger and bigger. What this means is that your confidence will grow over time the more you will actually cold approach, right? I don't recommend that you just immediately go for it. Now, obviously you could, right? As long as you don't get demotivated or discouraged, this can definitely work. But I already know the way it is. Most people are too scared to even get things started, right? This is why when I started going to the gym, one of the first things I used to do is I used to cold approach people there, you know? I started to speak to new people, which actually ended up bringing more valuable people into my life. Suddenly, I had so many friends that over the past 2 years of lifting weights, when I go to my home gym nowadays, I'm friends there with everybody. And it's honestly so sick, right? I don't want to boast or anything, right? This is just me being authentic. But when I walk into the gym, like I high five the employees there. Like I'm cool with, probably the best way to say it is that no matter what hour of the day, no matter what day of the week I go there, I will always have at least 1 or 2 people that I know who I can talk to there. And I'm not from like a very small town. My town has around 40 to 50,000 people, right? This is very, very huge. Just use this snowball effect. The reason as to why this works is because once you get the first interaction done and you move on to another one, your mind is in a flow state. And flow state is when we are actually the most effective. This is what athletes refer to as the zone. You know how when basketball players or football players score a big point, score a big goal, and they always say that I was just in the zone. But yeah, they were in the midst of it all happening. This is that state of mind in which all of this overthinking you have over there disappears. And it's just you and whatever you have in front of you. It's like you put this overthinking part of you to sleep and you're actually focused on what's going on in front of you. The only catch is that it's very similar to falling asleep. And you're not actually aware when you're in a flow state. It's like you're so locked in on what you're doing in front of you that you don't get this conscious voice in the back of your mind. You're conscious in the thing that's in front of you. That's what makes it so confusing to understand at first, right? But the 2 most common situations in which you enter a flow state is your work flow state and your social flow state. And the dynamic behind them is pretty much the same, right? Look at what I did in my story. I used the social flow state to boost my workflow state. What matters in general is that you just find a way to make that voice shut up and just do the thing that's in front of you. Now, this is obviously easier said than done. But as I said, once you are able to roll the snowball, right? Once you are able to finally get things going, use the things that I said a couple of minutes ago, that's when you actually realize that it's really not as hard as it looks. Now, I'm not telling you to go outside and learn a backflip, but this works in pretty much all realms of confidence. Trust me, my friend, there really isn't anything else to it. I don't want to yap over this video to get my to get my 8 minutes of watch time so I get more monetized, right? But all right, screw it. I'm not gonna waste your time. If you want to talk to me directly whilst hanging around the absolute best community we have on the entire internet, please join the Discord server. Trust me, you won't find a community like this anywhere else. We have weekly calls. We often host Discord exclusive lectures in which you actually get to learn stuff from me, whilst discussing topics with many other members too, right? You won't find a brotherhood like this anywhere else for free, because I know a lot of people care about that. Yeah, for those who know, I've been working on something massive behind the scenes, so stay tuned for that. If not, you can click all the videos if you want to. You can subscribe. That would genuinely mean so much to me. And hopefully, I'll see you in the next video. So keep working, brother, and take care.